Martin was a nurse with dark clouds in her face that would weep for no reason down Goodbye Road. Drove up from Melbourne, her life in one case, and sat in my office, said, I'm looking for a home. Don't you have someone, somewhere to go? Where are you from, John? I really wanna know. Is it like that billboard near the end of their line? Because keep rolling, honey, and you'll find mine. Sometimes you have to head out on your own, because you can die of hunger trying to suck love from a stone. Sometimes you have to go build your dream home from the orphan's haunting. Goodbye Road. Love on one hand, freedom on the other. Gino said no to the jabs and lost his job and his brothers. He found Martine in a stand in the park, where after buying her a coffee, he asked as she stirred, don't you have someone, somewhere to go? Here is somewhere, you're cute, don't you know? Close your eyes, Gino, and you will see orphans can build homes on Goodbye Road. Gino stayed night after night. Then Martine whispered, let's build a light. For my soul is hungry and my heart is on fire, because it knows my love, because it now knows. Sometimes we have to head out on our own, because you can die of hunger trying to suck love from a stone. Sometimes we have to go build our dream homes with the orphans haunting. Goodbye Road.
Oops, hit the wrong button. Where are we? There we are.
Hey guys.
Okay, we were going to set it up outside. We had a great view with a second camera, but it's too windy and you can't hear us. So we're on the bed in the bus.
Like John and Yoko.
Yeah, the stuff here. So how are we going to do this?
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
Happy Valentine's Day.
I hope you've had a gorgeous day. Whatever you've done, whether you've been eating organic fruit, whether you've been lounging around in your jammies in front of the telly,
whether you're getting your brains fucked out,
swimming in the ocean, eating your favourite Black Forest cake. What did you say?
Nothing.
Okay.
G'day, David.
Hi. So we've got 3 guests tonight, maybe 4. Our 4th might be coming in a bit later on. And we've been in Port Lincoln for the past week at least.
Yeah, and we've done some really great interviews, some really powerful interviews, some really raw interviews, which is why after some of the last raw ones, we thought we better get the hell out of Dodge.
And we're chilling out in the middle of nowhere at a place called Cummings Monument Lookout, which is breathtaking. So
it's like the Great Australian Bight, except it's on the Eyre Peninsula. We just stumbled across it. We've been here basically alone for 2 days, just
chewing each other's ears off and tongue kissing and just all those sorts of things that you do when you're kind of in love. But anyway, back to the fact why we're here, which is Loved Up And thanks, guys, for hanging in there with us. We've been a little bit hard pressed for men coming forward, which is interesting because back in the day, back in the 80s, when I was like a whippersnipper is the best way of putting it, is men were men and they were okay with asking you out on a date and making eye contact and doing all those things that sort of came naturally to humans back then. But it's a different world now. So we're here online and we're hoping to connect our community in whatever way, shape or form that takes.
Okay, drop air.
Right.
Yeah. So who are the guests?
So we've got Danny and Troy and the beautiful Bee from...
Do you want to read anything about them first, or we just bring them on?
Okay. Yes. So Bee she's a twin. So I'm not sure if she's an identical twin or not, but yeah, I'm a little bit clunky here, guys, so excuse that. So we're on Bianca. Bianca's been moving house, so she's managed to cram us in today, which is pretty cool. And I hear she likes cake. If we can explore that with Bee when she comes on, that'd be really cool. And also she's been a part of starting up Hoodies Heroes with Troy, who's another one of our guests.
Good comment, Croy, Steve.
And also Forest of the Fallen, setting up in Lincoln. And
I'll come back to that, Steve.
Bee loves walks on the beach, listening to live music, being around a campfire, games of pool or eating ice cream, and Netflix for rabbit holers. So she sounds, yeah.
Available.
She sounds very enticingly, interestingly like my sort of girl. So
who's next?
So that's B. And we've got Troy. He's the gentleman who'll be sitting on the couch in the middle. And we've got Danny. Danny has been, I don't want to give too much away about Danny, but we need to ask her about her food tastes and her herbal balms and healing products. So let's move on to Troy, and we'll leave Danny as a bit of a mystery.
So Troy is...
we need to ask Troy, what would Fonzie do?
What would Fonzie do, yeah.
And you did the interview with Troy the other day.
Yeah, Troy,
well.
I've done the interview with Troy. He's a very, very proud man, very strong man, very huge amounts of integrity. Hung like a donkey. I've already heard that. Don't ask me. It's just what they're all talking about at Port Lincoln. And he's
just fallen off the couch. I can see him in the
nice
studio
size,
there.
nice
the girls
height.
are picking him back up.
Nice height, a lot taller than me, you know.
That's got nothing to do with it, Griffith.
No, it does. A lot of women like tall men.
It's all about the size of your foot, remember. And Troy is looking for someone who shares a vision of spending a year or two getting to know one another before diving in the deep end.
I've only got little feet.
Do not.
Just
bullshitter. Anyway, all right. We're not here to talk about us. And,
yeah. Hang on. I'll just grab my wife. Good on you, Richo. Okay, let's bring them on. They're together. And hopefully it's going to have a little bit of... What is this? Oh, it's a bra.
Michael, you've got to stop wearing my things. Put it back on your side.
Here we go. Hello. Oops. Hello.
Welcome.
Oh, did you close the door?
Happy Valentine's Day.
We need
Happy Valentine's Day to you too, Kelly.
Okay, I've got to get up already.
Cal's just going to move to the door. So thanks for coming on, guys. Thanks for giving us a great stay in Port Lincoln. Yeah. Just
it's lovely to have you both here.
Yeah, great. No, it was a cool stay. It was a cool stay. We still got some interviews to put up. But how come, let's start from the right with Bianca. How come you three lovely people are single? What has happened to the world that three catchers like you are single?
That is a good question.
That is the question.
Yeah, that's a big question. I think I'm just been quite busy being a single parent at the moment and just concentrating on, just doing my own thing, to be honest. Yeah, after being in a long-term relationship.
Yeah. Yeah, it takes dedication to be a single parent, sweetheart. I was there for a long time. And to let someone else into your life is letting someone else into your children's life as well. So they've, I don't really know how to say it, but you speak for yourself. I can't speak for you.
Yeah, it's been very cautious of who you do let into your life. And I think the last few years have, it definitely been, what's the word for it? Just more, you're more aware and being not judged as well, if I should say that. But as well, and standing up for not being judged. I think it plays a very, I'm very careful. That's all. It's been single for about 5 years.
5 years. It's a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it'll be worth it, though. It'll be worth it.
It'll be worth it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Look, we can't. He's not supposed to be discriminatory, but a lot of us in the movement, this is an issue. This is an issue. This is why we are single. This is an issue, and some people might not understand it, but people in the movement just understand. We don't even have to explain it. So, yeah. Okay. Troy, you big fat handsome lovely thing spunk. Why are you single? How come they're not banging on the door in the petrol station trying to grab you, huh? Why is that?
Well, they could be, but happy Valentine's Day.
You out, Troy. When I saw that beard, I thought, who is this guy?
So happy Valentine's Day, everyone, and I'm pretty blessed to be sitting here between two lovely ladies.
Wow.
We've got the roses. We do have roses.
I guess the last sort of serious relationship I was in was probably back in 2009, and since then I've been pretty full on, for a few years there, running a business over in Adelaide, and also was over in Fiji. I thought I found love and was engaged to an Indian Fijian girl there for a little while, but
wow.
Turned out she was just trying to gold dig me. Anyway.
Could she dance?
Yeah, she could dance, and it looked pretty good in a sari, but anyway.
Every time.
I have to say that's a long time, Troy. It's a long time.
Yeah, that's a long time. I mean, that wasn't my last relationship. The last one was actually with in 2009. That was probably the last serious one, and then that was a couple of years after that, sort of along the way. But because she was trying to gold dig me, really, I don't really call it a serious one, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But,
so you've just been doing hookups since then?
It's just not even that, really. Just
You're not going to let it go.
I'm fairly happy, sort of single. I've done a fair bit of self-development sort of work over the years. And
that's a big thing for you, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not really looking for someone to complete me. You know what I mean?
100%.
Looking for someone to share my life with. You know what I mean? Share a vision, share a goal, all that. So
it's nice to have a companion, Troy. Like we've got a great view here. It's nice to look at the view, but it's nice to turn around. Someone's go, "What do you think of that?" Simple as that. It's just nice, Yeah.
And I've just been working really hard the last years, I suppose, and I mean, I know there's a lot more to life than just working. It took a run of my own business to realise that, and much more to life than just working. But I guess I've been really busy and not quite sure with all the stuff going on in the world after COVID, convert and all that. So I'm starting to sort of look a little bit and put it out there a little bit, if you know what I mean. So
now you're also the or are you still are the leader of the hoodies, the hoodies group, right? The hoodies helpers,
Yeah, Hoodie's Heroes, one of the
hoodies heroes. Yeah.
yeah, um, one of the group leaders. I wouldn't exactly call myself the leader, but one of the group leaders, I guess. So yeah.
So you've got a passion to help, a passion to give to the community.
He does massively.
He
Yeah.
does.
Yeah,
He
very,
does.
very passionate.
Yeah. And the thing you said to me, which I loved, is even though you're single, because you're in a position of leadership, you don't feel you have the right to hit on women around you because it's not fair on them. They're seeing you for leadership, and you don't want to be that. So this is another issue you have of finding someone, because basically you don't want to make people feel uncomfortable if they come forward looking for help. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, there's people in the group, and some people have asked each other out, and there's been some really great relationships formed within the group, and because I'm sort of perceived as a group leader, I really put more emphasis on people feeling comfortable at the meetings and that type of thing, and I don't really want to make people feel uncomfortable by doing that type of thing, you know what I mean? So I'm probably shooting myself in the foot a little bit, but
No, you're not, Troy. Not at all, sweetheart. No, that's like the ripple effect. That's absolutely gorgeous. That's a wonderful quality for a man to have. So hence the reason why you're sitting in between these two gorgeous women tonight. It's your personality that's shining through and who you truly are. So yeah, thanks for coming on.
Now, next one, it's
Danny.
Next one,
beautiful Danny, sweetheart. You do your own intro.
So I'm 54 years old. I've been on my own for 6 years and completely celibate the whole time. Been doing a lot of healing work and working on myself. I work as a disability worker, which I absolutely love, and I also really enjoy making.
Can I ask what you love about it? What it is about it you love? Because
Helping
Troy
people.
does it too, doesn't he?
He does, yeah, and Brett as well. Troy and Brett and I all worked together.
Yeah.
I love helping people. I have done most of my life. Always loved helping people. One of my first jobs was in a health shop, and I've just always loved health and healing and helping to support people that need it. So yeah, but really love making herbal balms and growing herbs, and I used to do the markets with a lot of natural products and things. And that were just things that I started making for myself that were really clean products, and then people wanted to buy them. I love making probiotics as well. Lots of different probiotics. I'm right into gut health, and I've been paleo for 15 years now, so I don't eat junk food. I don't eat seed oils or MSG or dairy, a lot of things. So I don't have any children. No cake, no thank you.
Did you say you don't have any children?
I decided at 14 years old to not have children, and I decided to not get married at that age as well. I think there's enough people contributing to the planet without me doing so as well. And I'm really happy with that decision. I sort of looked around and saw people, to me as a 14-year-old, it seemed like people were saying, I love you very much. Let's get the government involved and sign a certificate,
That's right.
So, that's not something that really, I could have married a couple of times and been quite, married quite well, but no, I didn't feel right. So, so I haven't been married, no children, and been on my own for 6 years and just working on myself.
Why alone for 6 years? Is there anything come along that almost sparked, or did you just stop looking, or what?
Pretty much, unless I meet somebody in the organic food section at Coles or Woolies, I'm probably not going to, because I'm not a pub girl. I don't, I like to be in nature. I like gardening. I like my quiet time and watching documentaries and just going down the rabbit holes and researching health stuff. And I'm also moderator on a couple of health groups. So between working and looking after my pets and my garden, I'm the happiest I've ever been. Literally the happiest I've ever been. So,
Tell us about your pets, Gorge.
so I have a Maine Coon cat. They're huge. That's the biggest domestic cat you can get. And I have a dog and another little rescue cat as well. So, and a Siamese fighting fish.
Siamese fighting fish. Okay.
Low
That was my
maintenance.
third choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
So B is a cake lady. Now, in your bio spill, B, you talked extensively about the kind of cake you like. Can you
Yes.
give us some more detail on that?
Well, I thought this would be a good example. I actually like my men vanilla, so like a good Christian valued man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So who made the cake?
Thanks to Woolworths.
Oh,
Woolworths- Did Woolworths make the cake?
yes, they did. But I do make cakes. I can make a cake.
It's just an example, that one.
Yeah.
That's
it's
this
just
is one that you prepared earlier.
Yeah. I was picked up. But yeah.
Troy, can you cook, Troy?
Well, yeah, I can actually. But when I first left school, I might have been a former life, but I was a Chinese cook for
Wow.
years
Okay.
That's
at
awesome.
a local
As
Chinese
soon as I
restaurant.
saw you, that's what I thought. I go, this guy's.
When I left school, I wanted to be a chef, so I started working
Wow.
and in a cook in a Chinese restaurant, and did that for a couple of years, and realised that I didn't really want to be a chef. You know what I mean? But, yeah.
If you were in the restaurant, Troy, and someone said, that was a delicious meal, can we meet the chef? And they're expecting Fu Manchu to come out and you came out, did they ever go like, huh?
Yeah, well, the kitchen was actually set up for the chef, who was one of the best Asian cooks that I've known, and
Wow.
he was
So you learned from a master.
he was really short, and he stood literally up to my elbow. So all the benches and everything were set up for his height. So I was always leaning forward, like, trying to do anything. And so always getting sore backs, you know what I mean? So that was one reason I got out of there. But no,
So
it
the
was
thing
really
is, you can cook though. That's a great addition. You're single. Yeah, you're a leader of a community group. You work with disabilities. You're working. You like helping people, and you can cook. Hello.
The real question is, Troy, how messy are you in the kitchen though? Anyway,
Yeah.
we'll leave it at that.
Oh.
So back to
That's
B
fine.
with the cakes. I really want to know about B and the cake thing. That's really intrigued me. So B, can we pick it up there, Gorge?
Yeah, no, you're right. I'm looking for someone who is a godly man, like a Christian, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's sort of like just saying, like sweetness is me on the outside, like I am sweet. I'm a sweet person, really.
Jeez.
But not big noting myself, but yeah,
No,
I'm just
you
like,
are.
I'm just
Yeah.
looking for someone who's genuine and honest, and it's hard sort of to find. A good man. Yes. Although Troy's a good man, and yeah,
Here's your bar.
we've been mistaken as a
Here's your
couple.
wingman tonight.
Here's the wingman, yes, and I'm Danielle's wingman. That's how I'm here, really, a wing woman.
Yeah.
That's how I'm here tonight, because I'm here to sort of support Danielle. So.
Are you in any particular religion when you say you're Christian? Are you following religion, or are you just spiritual in
No.
yourself?
Not religion, just believes in Christ. So
Yeah, same. We don't have a church or anything, but just believers.
I struggle
Yeah.
to find a church, to be honest.
Yeah, a lot of people are
100%.
saying that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
another thing since lockdown. I can't believe how much the church has sort of caved in with that. I'll probably get in trouble for saying that.
No,
Yeah.
no, you won't. It's everywhere.
Oh, we've just been taken down.
We've been taken down.
Oh,
Oh,
kidding.
Kidding. Sorry.
Oh no, what have I done?
Yeah, it was kind of It's kind of weird when the pastors started pushing the jabs and the masks. It's like that. A lot of us stepped away then. I thought, that's it. I'm not going.
Yeah.
So, Danny, were you going to church back
I
then?
was. Yeah. Yeah. So
Do you know what's really interesting, Danny? When I wrote about this, I wrote about this thing called the Judas Doctors, and I thought basically they were saying COVID was an act of God, really. You know, it's a pandemic, you know, it's just come from nature, so it's an act of God. And we've got the cure, a vaccine. So it's basically saying that we've got the cure for an act of, you know what I mean? It's actually the wrong way. Where in what actually happened, hate to say this, but our natural immunity just kicked COVID in the ass.
Yeah.
We had so it wasn't an act of God. It escaped from a laboratory,
something like that.
Something like that. And so it was creation of man. The vaccine was a creation of man, and yet all we needed to really withstand it or get through it was our natural immunity, which was from God. That's the truth. Yeah. So priest pushing the jab, I'm sorry, doesn't wash.
Yeah. Us all, guys.
So I feel a little bit like Maverick out of Top Gun with two wing women by my side. So
just stay sitting on that couch tonight, Troy. Don't jump up on it and do any stunts or anything. Well,
Troy, what are you looking for in a woman? Because it's often different. Women often have a list, but men just want, like, you know, breathing is good, you know.
Take your hands off. Yeah.
You know, so what are you looking for in a woman, Troy?
Well,
have you got a type?
I agree with you there, Michael. You know, breathing's definitely a good thing. So, really, I guess in my bio, I wrote that I was looking for someone who was looking to sort of, you know, get to know each other a little bit over the next, you know, over a year or so, and then look to
4 seasons. That's the way. If you can do 4 seasons with someone, a girlfriend once told me that you can get through anything. So I agree with you, Troy.
This is really interesting. Look at this comment here. I don't want to get too heavy tonight. This is a great mate of mine. Drop there. Christ wasn't afraid to touch lepers, yet the churches were scared of us. I think that's probably his wife. That's a profound comment. Profound. Yeah. So let's keep going. Let's keep going with Troy.
Yeah, so Troy, you're looking for someone around the 30 to 35 age group is what I read in your bio, sweetheart.
Yeah, possibly a little bit older. You know, my main reason is, you know, I'm looking to, even though I'm 50, you know, I'm sort of feel like I'm aging in reverse a little bit. You know, I might have a bit of that Benjamin Buttons thing going on. I'm not sure.
Totally relate.
but you know, so I'm a little bit of a late bloomer in a way, and I guess because I was trying to get the business side of things right before I involved someone in my life and sort of build a family and things like that, I didn't quite get there, if you know what I mean. So that's what I'm sort of looking for still. After someone who is values integrity and authenticity and has the, you know, similar type values to what we do. You know, I'm a man of faith that doesn't like religion, and that's partly why I'm involved with the Hoodies Heroes side of things. That was one thing that really resonated with me with what Graham Hoodie was talking about. So I think a lot of people, that if you sit two people side by side who have both had issues with sort of corporatized religion and stuff, one person has moved totally away and become an atheist, and one person has become spiritual and more into a connection directly with God. Both of them will say almost the same things. You know what I mean? So about why they moved away or why they moved in the direction they did. So I find that quite interesting. So if people actually,
and you're established now, Troy, where you are. You're comfortable where you're at, where you're living, and you're self-sufficient to a degree.
Yeah, well, I live on 2.5 acres, and I've got just a small sort of house there. And the gardens, all sort of the garden beds and that type of thing, are all sort of set up. They do need some things growing in
A
them. Really,
woman's touch.
what's that? Sorry.
A woman's touch.
Yeah, it needs a bit of a woman's touch, I suppose. It's probably a bit more bachelor pad like than homely, if you know what I mean. But yeah, so I'm definitely looking for that partner that can complement, you know, that type of thing.
And if you can't find it in your local area, Troy, would you like someone to move to you to just, to meet up, and or are you prepared to move? How might that look for you?
Well, I'm sort of open, I'm sort of fairly settled where I am at the moment, and looking for, to share that with somebody. But if they're sort of in a similar situation where they're fairly settled where they are, I'd look to look at, play it by ear, I guess, in a way.
You're a free spirit, Troy. We love it.
But there's the other thing, Troy. Did I hear correctly though that you still would love the idea of being a father, even though you're in your 50s? Because you'd be a great dad, mate. You'd be a sensational dad. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I sort of look around at a lot of the people that I'm involved with in the freedom movement and that type of thing, and a lot of them around my age, they've already got kids and sort of, they've already experienced that type of that stuff, and so I sort of feel like I missed out a little bit, but so I'm looking to do that. You know what I mean? So with the right person, obviously, and
it's really sweet.
I think in a way we're sort of, if we there's this huge push towards not having children and all that type of thing, and I sort of feel that if I don't try, then I'm going along with the global scumbags sort of trying to push all that agenda. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that's right.
Doing what comes naturally, sweetheart.
That's
right.
A
beautiful quality in man. I so admire that.
Yeah, it's really interesting today. You don't want to get too heavy, but the United Nations have just declared that if you, Troy, decide that you want to be a woman now, the world has to treat you like a woman. So, and I think this is just bullshit.
Especially when you can keep your beard, it's bullshit.
Yeah. So it's a really strange world now. So are you after someone who, this is another thing, it's very hard for someone who, let's say, is woke, who wants to believe all that stuff, to get on with someone who's not woke. So there's very sort of divides in the community now that are hard to cross. So would you call yourself, I believe I'm saying this, would you call yourself,
put your seatbelt
would
on.
you call yourself woke, Troy?
I think I'm pretty well the opposite to woke. There's definitely no pride flags flying in my underwear. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
So the only rainbows are in the sky.
Thank God you've got that cake, Bianca.
Following the chemtrails.
I think there's something in the. I think there's something like in the statement of the gods at the end of the rainbow. Yeah, I think it definitely is. When that rubbish ends, we'll get to the gold.
Yeah, that's true. True. How about yourself, Danny? What is your outlook like that? Are you open to a woke man? Just to be honest.
No.
Eyeballs went like saucers.
Cool.
No. What shall we be on? Excuse
I'm
me.
open to an emotionally intelligent guy who's got a really good sense of humor. I'm not keen on leaving Port Lincoln. I've actually moved across Australia for love before, and he was just pretending to be everything that I wanted, and he was out binge drinking within 2 weeks. So I packed up and moved home within 3 weeks. So yeah, I'm not a drinker. I don't smoke or do drugs or anything. I don't eat rubbish food. So I really would like either somebody from the Eyre Peninsula or somebody that's open to moving here.
What a gorgeous area to move to too.
So if you don't drink, you don't smoke, you don't what was the third one? Don't do drugs. What sort of things do you have apart from your gardening for a bit of fun? You know,
Well,
everyone has a little bit of what would you call it?
Lay it on the line, Danny. Now's your chance, babe. Just get to it.
maybe I need a man with a good sense of humour to bring more fun into my life.
Cool.
Ooh,
Good
Yeah.
purpose for a man.
Life's been pretty quiet for a while, Michael.
that's
like
nice. We all need some more fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, so you're partial to a man with a sense of humor that might actually
absolutely.
push your boundaries a bit to maybe, you know, just
Get you to eat some pizza once in a while.
yeah, something like
Oh,
that. You know,
I can't eat pizza.
taking some Brussels sprouts or something. You know.
Paleo.
Paleo. Yeah.
You like to hang around the campfire, I hear.
I love it. Yeah, and that and Bianca does too. Yeah.
What
But
do
I
you
do
like about campfires?
Oh, just the light. It's just so
Digital.
healing, isn't it?
Mm.
But I really enjoy fishing too. So if a guy likes fishing, I'm in.
Oh, that's a big one. So you like fishing?
I've got a boat license. I just need a guy with a boat.
Oh, so you've got a boat
Come
license
on
and you like
down.
fishing.
Yeah.
And when you say you like fishing, is it something like you did it when you were a kid with your dad and you like to try it all, or you actually you
Yeah.
fish?
Yeah.
You can
So
swim.
I grew up. My dad was one of the original ab divers here for 25 years. So I had a
Okay.
Paddy's dive ticket when I was probably 14, and was out
Wow.
scuba diving with dad and fishing and all the things to do with the water. Anything to do with the water, I'm happy.
Have you seen the big great whites that Port Lincoln is famous for?
Yeah, they only nibble. It's okay.
Yeah.
They
I love that. Like what else have you got?
You got to take risks. You got
Now's
to take
about the time that you just like flick your hair off your shoulders, Danny, and go,
so that's a good thing though. You
Bee.
like fishing. Lots of
Yeah.
people like fishing.
Yeah.
That's a
ready,
great
Bee.
thing.
Yeah.
G'day,
So-
B.
hey, B.
So now, separate from Danny, I hear that you do like drinking, taking drugs, and what was the other thing? What was the other thing?
Wearing your underwear on your head or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that.
No,
I read.
for yourself.
That was about cake. Sorry.
Yeah. What are things? There's something else about you. We've got Troy here. He can cook. Danny here can fish. You have a great sense of humor, and you're really lovely to be around. So you just
You've got a very
got a really-
beautiful energy.
yeah, man. Seriously, do. So what else is it? What else is in the box?
Well, after COVID, actually, can I say that word?
You can say whatever you want here,
David.
sweetheart.
I don't want to get
Fuck, we will.
So after that, a bit of a story here. So my dad and I decided to do precision shooting, and
Ooh.
That sounds like fun.
yeah, I was actually out there today. So I'm a bit sunburnt. I was out there with doing a barbecue
What's
with.
precision shooting?
So it's more long distance shooting. So my dad's doing
You're a
it.
sniper.
Yeah. Like,
Okay.
but I wasn't. I've done it like a few years ago, and I have stopped for a few years. But I was out there supporting Dad today, and it's just a good bunch of people. Like, yeah, mainly they are all blokes, but
Yeah.
but yeah, there's lovely people. Like, they're just the older people I find easier to talk to.
Yep.
I'd say they're all pretty much 50 plus. And it is a bit of a small club, so we do need more people that are younger out there sort of joining in.
So I love it. We got a shooter, a cook, and and a fisherman. So you never would have seen that from the start. You know, how many people would have looked at it and thought, look at Troy, definitely a Chinese
Chef.
Danny,
He's a
a
bushranger.
fisherman wouldn't have got that. And then
Danny's a warrior.
B is a sniper.
Danny's a superwoman.
Yeah.
I might prefer making healing balms than fishing, but I would like to go fishing with someone. So yeah.
Don't piss me off.
That's what I'm thinking. If you get a guy and it doesn't work, you better be able to run, mate. I mean, run.
No,
Danny's
it's
a
all,
busher, honey.
it's all good. But
What do
no,
you like about shooting? What do you actually like about the shooting? Is it the They're holding the weapon. They're actually hitting the target, or
The
what do you like about it?
the accuracy, being able to, like, it's all calculation, like what way the wind's going, what the weather's doing. So yeah, you try different distances. They can do like 300 meters to 900 meters.
900 meters.
Yeah,
That's like almost a kilometer.
yeah, yeah.
And have you done that successfully?
Yes, I actually did. I did. I got a like all the shots. I got 60 for that. So yeah, that was just a once off. I don't know how I did it.
60?
So you get
You hit it
so
60 times, or you got 60 points?
10 turns and in one go. So I got 6 points. So that's like you got in the goal. So you got in the target.
Wow.
Yeah, but that was when I first started out. And I don't know how I did it. I haven't been able to do it again, but yeah.
Instinct, baby. Is that an Olympic sport, B, or?
I believe it might be somewhere, but it's.
So what are your thoughts? Go ahead.
It's a lot easier than pistol shooting, though. I thought, pistol shooting might be easier. We had a come and try day out at the clubs, and I'd like pistol shooting was hard.
What's harder about pistol shooting?
Sorry, what was that?
What's harder about pistol shooting?
It's just you don't have as much, you can actually use a scope with the precision shoot, whereas a pistol, you just sort of hold it and aim. And
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the new gun laws then?
Can I be honest?
Yes. Yeah, damn right you can be honest.
No, it's wrong. It's really, you can see it a mile away what's happening.
Yeah.
With that, the control. Like as a lot of people know about Tasmania as well, what happened back then. So I just see it as another one of those, to be honest.
So if anybody wanted to approach you and other people going, mate, you're a conspiracy theorist, you're actually thinking that might actually tick a few boxes for you.
Well, to cover myself, I've actually done Bachelor of half went through Bachelor of Psychology before I realised what they're really trying to teach you in uni really is like it's their way or the highway.
Yeah, that's right.
And they're picking your brain in the meantime.
Yeah.
All that fresh info out of you.
Look at the sun on my beard.
And there were the unis as well at the time pushing the jab as well, like if you wanted to participate in uni. And I actually wrote about not wanting to do that and wrote a letter to them and said, no, there's no way I'm going to be doing it, because they were requiring it for placement. So when you complete, and then you've got to join up with APRA. And, of course, that's when everything was coming out about APRA as well. So with Dr. Bay.
Good mate. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It's
basically you can't be yourself. You've got to conform to their lies.
Their books, their information. Makes it hard to be open-minded.
Totally agree.
So I'm wondering if the audience has got any questions for any of our guests tonight. Have you noticed anything that's come in? Yeah,
I've got some things. Steve here is saying many are almost celibate these days, which is true.
Yeah.
This is why we're doing this. So it's even like, would you guys be interested in just meeting someone and just sort of chatting, just chatting, taking it slow, chatting? Or it's like after this long break, it's like, no, I want to go straight and then we'll talk afterwards.
I think we've waited this long.
Yeah, I think all of us probably want to be friends with people for quite some time before anything else.
You know someone. You're not 20 anymore, you know? Yeah.
Or get them drunk.
We're going to sort this out afterwards.
No, don't get that. I like Michael's idea. No.
Yeah, so does
Someone
she.
has to.
Want to get people out.
Yeah, that's right. Well, gets it out of the way. There's 6 years since my last relationship. Just pour all my energy into my music these days. That's Steve Morgan. Maybe you should consider coming on. Put up Steve. Yep. And Steve said here, I think many of us men are a bit broken in past relationships, but in your 50s it is. Now I'm going to ask you a question. It's going to sound naughty, but it's actually a real question.
Ugh.
This is to show you your relationship, how you are in relationships. And anyone can go forward, but I'd rather you all answer it. How long are you in a relationship? Will you be in a relationship before you will freely fart in front of the new person?
And you don't have to answer that. You can divert. You can use whatever means you need to get through to the next exciting episode of Mr. Griffith's Questions.
I think I'd
I'm about 3 hours.
3 hours? No, that's what he said. That's what Michael said.
The glow in this beard says he's about 3 hours max. He just lays it on the line, and if you don't like it, ladies, well, you know where the road is.
Better in than out. Better out than in, sorry. So it's just a thing like that, but it actually gets it because you just get there, like look at your parents. My mother, hopefully she's not watching, the stage of her life where she was far propelled. She wanted to go one side of the lounge to the other. She farted away there. Not for saying this, but she was very comfortable and Dad would laugh because they're that comfortable together.
They're
and that's a really
beautiful.
lovely place to reach. That's what the question is. You're that damn comfortable with each other, which is the beauty of a relationship. You don't have to act in front of someone. You have, you're someone in your life where you're going, look, I'm just going to be me. And it's probably in our 50s now. We spend so much time reaching who we are and being who we are. I don't really want to change. So it's really lovely at our age to meet someone and go, look, I'm just going to be me. If you don't like me, move on. If you like me, hang around. It sounds funny, but it's actually quite a profound question to how relaxed you want to be with someone,
And here you are in front of the world, guys. Just
Reminding us.
20 cents worth.
A few years ago, this is going back a while now, but I had a mate who didn't know that women could fart because he'd been around a woman who could fart.
That's a lot to learn.
Anyway, I think he probably found out.
Oh, dear.
No, I think it's a good thing if you feel comfortable to do that.
Yeah, cool. You just got to be comfortable. That's the thing. Because the other thing, a relationship in your 50s is very different from one in your early 20s. Because in your early 20s, you don't know who you are. So I'm starting with B. Do you feel, B, you've got a good handle on who you are as a human being now?
You know what? I'm 48, and it has taken.
48.
Wow, man.
Yeah, 48. Yes.
48 is the new 25, B.
Feeling
Anyway, sorry, babe, back to you.
So you're absolutely correct. Looking at myself, I was married at 21. I'm a completely different person to back then. I didn't know myself. I went straight from school. I didn't do uni. I went straight from school, work, marriage, life. Didn't know who I was. Had my own issues. And I never really knew who I was. So I didn't know what I should be accepting as well until about 13 years into the relationship. And it wasn't very healthy. So we ended it. But I had 2 beautiful kids. So I've got 3 kids. So I've got 2 adult kids and then one that's 11. If I look at things now, it's completely different. Sometimes I go, why did I pick that person to be with that person? But they taught me something.
Yes.
So that's what I take from that. Yeah.
And that's the thing now, Steve, in a relationship now, it's like, what are you willing to compromise? How much you're willing to change, because it takes a lot to finally find yourself. And and your 50s, I think, is also a time, I don't know if you'd agree, well, you're 48, so you're not there yet, is a time to forgive yourself for past transgressions. You know,
Yeah.
you pick
Yeah.
someone bad, you're a kid. You're a
Yeah.
kid. And love has a way of putting like a filter over your face, so you actually can't see the fact that, you know, that they're not probably a good catch. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's just, we all do it. But what I'm saying is, at our stage of life now, you can actually have a chance of getting a really good relationship because you're coming to it as an adult, grounded, and just saying to the person, well, you know, this is who I am. You want me, here I am.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you've got standards, honey. You've got you've been there and you've done that. You know what you do want and what you don't want. And
Yeah.
there's no disrespect in that. It's just who you are.
Yeah, I don't like dating apps. I think they're a waste of time.
Horrible.
There's too much. I think if I could meet someone that was committed, not easily like just, oh, well, I can meet someone else. Just go online. I think that would be really good. Yeah. Someone who's genuine.
Well, how can you really tell someone just from a look on a dating app? I know that does. I know relationships do come from it, so it does work. But that's what I found with them. It's just like, what? You're just like, boom, boom, boom. You know, so I get it. But we live in a world now where we talked to some couples the other day. They those two older ladies in front of the bus, the two sisters. The sisters. What are those sisters' names, Troy?
Joy and Pam.
Oh, yeah.
Pam,
Beautiful.
They had dances. They said there was always dances, you know, and ballroom dancing and stuff like this, and they were always going to dances. So the community sort of had a social way of letting people meet.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. Sorry, Troy, what were you saying?
Some of the stories they told were amazing. Like, I didn't realise that, you know, they lived in a tin shed years ago and all this sort of stuff, you know.
Yeah. And drive a tractor.
Yeah.
Guys, can I ask, with our modern day world, could we go back to the days of old with the dinner dance and the meetings in town halls and the ladies who sat around and waited to be asked for a dance? Or how could our way of meeting one another, how could that look? Could we congregate in halls like that, or what works best?
Sorry, just read the comment.
Jason Cornick, you're the fart jokes, they just keep on coming.
It's a joke that never gets old. Anyway, so go ahead with the question. Just ignore us, old farts.
Yeah, because we've spoken about, you know, the blue light discos that were around when Michael and I were young. And we've talked about the grey light dinner dance for people who attended those blue light discos, who are now at the grey light dinner dance stage of life. And it's wanting to not only meet someone who you can, you know, go into the next stage of life with, but it's also about connecting your community and touching base with people who are on the same wavelength. It's so important that we've got community around us. What are you looking at now? Yeah. Sorry, another comment.
Steve Pedetto turned his Ouija board into a dating site, and I'm still getting ghosted. He's a cat. That's good, Steve. We like this.
Okay. Sorry, we also need to add the contact email address for anyone who'd like to get in contact with our guests. But anyway, back to the question. So with the grey light dinner dance sort of set up, could that work?
I don't know. It feels like from 2020 onwards, people, after lockdown here, it feels like people haven't really come out of that in a way.
Yeah. Good point.
got so used to being in their little bubbles that
Yeah.
they're still all there in a sense. I mean, there's a lot of people playing sport and going to the pubs and things, but in Lincoln, if you don't play sport and you don't go to the pubs, which I might come and join the rifle club, that'd be awesome.
For sure. They need more women.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure. You want to leave me? Go ahead.
Run, baby.
Bit of a jack of all trades, so I'll probably work my way out.
Yeah. But yeah, it feels like people are still very isolated. Socially.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, totally.
We're finding that around the country, people have sort of, it hasn't come back, you know what I mean? And especially our community, because I think we were ostracized and that hasn't been acknowledged, but it was a really severe thing to not be allowed into churches, to funerals, to weddings, to Christmas. It's like, hey, you
But
know.
if you want to go to the brothel, not a problem.
That's okay. And the bottlo's still open.
Can you not point at me when you say that?
I went like that to the universe. One question that Michael and I asked the other day was, how did they actually do the transaction? Did they have to have hazmat suits on, or?
Oh, in the brothel during the lockdowns.
Yeah. But anyway, we're missing the point that we just asked. The question.
Maybe we'll put that to the comment to the audience.
Please.
Does anyone?
Like with social meetups, some of us are really sensitive to the shedding. Like I'm very sensitive to the shedding.
Yeah.
And from right early on, I could smell somebody that was jabbed.
No.
And
Smell.
yeah, I just
Yeah, I've met other people that said that, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just
Danny, can I ask? Can you describe that smell?
So I remember asking Troy very early on, because he was working at the service station, and I said, "Can you smell the jabbed?" And he said, "What does it smell like?" And I said, "It's like a thick, almost a little bit sweet sort of gas that coats the back of the throat." And once I explained it to him, I asked him about a month later when I saw him, and he said, "Yeah, I can pick up on it now. It's not so much a smell; it's more of a taste, and it coats the back of your throat sort of thing."
Yeah.
But if somebody's just had a booster within 2 weeks, I can't even stand and talk to them outside. It's way too strong for me. So, yeah, I really react to it. I have to come home and have some chlorine dioxide. I probably can't say that. But,
Sorry,
yeah.
Can you say what you can't say?
Chlorine dioxide, MMS. I come home and have some of that straight away. I've got so many healing tools. A bit of a health nut. So if somebody's not into health, we're probably not going to gel.
That's your intuition speaking too. You know, you can sense that and feel that, and you know what you need to do.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay, another question. Life is like a box of chocolates, which someone just put up. Do any of you like Turkish Delight?
Yep.
Wow.
Love it.
Really?
Oh yeah, babe. Wow.
We're all weird, aren't we?
Lubrious, like, yeah.
What were you going to say, B?
I saw a comment about progressive dinners.
So
Progressive
you
dinner.
two girls like Turkish Delight? Wow. Never liked it.
Peppermint's better though. I like peppermint.
Peppermint's better.
It's always the last. You get a box of chocolates, you open them up. If everyone's done it, the last ones are always Turkish. It's always the last. I'm just saying.
I thought the ginger would have been.
I liked the comment about progressive dinners. We used to do that when we were younger as well.
Back in the 90s.
At youth groups. Progressive dinners are good.
What else? What else do you have a thing?
What else?
Pets. Do you like pets? You pet people?
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Cats, dogs, both?
Both.
Yeah.
Both.
Troy?
Yeah, I love pets. Yeah, I'm allergic to cats, but I love dogs, and I'd love to maybe
You're
get
allergic
some
to cats.
Yeah, I'm allergic to cats, but I love dogs, and also I'd love to a bit of a pipe dream to get a couple of goats and some chooks or something like that on the
cool.
box. So yeah,
Chooks are good.
Wow, everyone loves Turkish
Chooks
delight.
are awesome. Yeah.
So
Sorry,
how does-
sorry, Michael. Please say that again.
everyone loves Turkish delight.
Everyone loves Turkish delight. It's all coming out now.
How does the allergy manifest, Troy? Is you just get hives, or you're anaphylactic, you're sent to hospital, just in case someone really loves you, but they have a cat?
I have cats.
I get itchy under the throat sort of thing, and I start to sort of get a bit of a runny nose and watery eyes if it gets bad.
My cat loves him.
I mean, yeah, Danielle's got cats, and like her cat loves me like the main what's it, Maine Coon. I call it a puma.
He's huge. He's big ear tufts. Yeah.
Wow. Is the cat there? What house? Whose house are we in?
In my house. I've put him where he can't get to us because he would just
don't bring him in because we'll get Troy sick. Yeah, leave it at that.
Yeah.
Do you have any other questions?
Guys, do you have anything that you want to add?
Actually, I've got a few more questions. Just a few more. This is just to give people a sense of who you are. So I'll start with Bree. Bree, what's like your favorite two movies? Two movies that maybe you watch every now and again.
Oh, don't ask me about movies. I'm not very good at
Okay. How about music?
Music.
You got a favorite band or a couple of bands?
Favorite? U2. That's my go-to. I've been to their concert a few years ago, but then I think they've gone a bit woke. So
yeah, Bono's on the Epstein list.
Yes, he is. So that was mine.
He finally found what he was looking for.
Maybe.
But yeah, that's pretty much like any funk music. I love that soulful music.
Cool. You like dancing?
I used to, but I'm probably not as good at it now. But yeah, I do enjoy dancing.
Yeah,
Yep.
Cool. Troy,
Yep.
favorite movies? Do you have favorite movies, or are you a music man?
Yeah, well, I do like. I like music. I used to play around DJing a little bit for a while there as a bit of a hobby, and ended up playing around with those virtual online worlds sort of thing. Probably helping train AI. Back probably helping train AI to do what it does. But anyway. I met some DJs from Germany who loved the way I sounded on talking on and that type of thing, and also the music I was playing. They really loved that, so they ended up offering me to play on stream live on like a radio station over in Germany, and ended up doing that after that session. They had that many people contact the radio station loving the Australian accent. I think I sort of said to them, well, I speak English, what am I going to say to Germans? And they said, don't worry about it, everyone in Germany speaks English, just speak Australian, they'll love you. And that's and then after doing that first show, a whole bunch of people contacted the radio station, wanted to, and then they asked me to do more shows, and ended up doing like a 2-hour radio session every Sunday for about 2 years.
My Lord.
Linking over
Do you have any music we can use? Send us some music. I love using new music. You're still doing it, or have you gone off it now? No time.
I was playing around. I was sort of getting to the point where I was mixing a little bit of music and stuff like that. I've made a couple of remixes and things, but that was a few years ago now, so I'm a bit rusty now. But yeah, and like movies, I love. I think I said it before. Top Gun's probably one of them. It's probably old school sort of classic, I guess.
Tommy Cruise. Yeah.
This would be one of my other favourites. Yeah.
So do you play an instrument, Troy? Have I missed that?
No, I don't play an instrument. I sort of that was DJ, using a DJ deck and stuff like that was what I was sort of, I messed around with keyboards a little bit, doing all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I sort of played guitar back on it when I was in high school and learned how to play Three Blind Mice, and that's about it. So
Yeah.
That'll be a hit one day. One day that'll be number one. You just got to wait. Just got to be patient. Now, how about you,
Danny?
I kind of watch a lot of David Attenborough documentaries.
Okay.
I just love anything to do with nature, really. But yeah, and kids movies.
Kids movies.
But yeah, mainly documentaries, and I'm usually watching stuff on YouTube on how to make herbal balms, and I don't really sit down and watch too many movies. So, but
Music.
I really do miss that. I miss having a partner just to kick back on the lounge and watch a movie with.
Yeah.
That, yeah, and cooking meals together. I really miss those two things, and going fishing. So yeah.
But music, any music you like?
Very broad range of music, just nothing doof or too heavy. But yeah, lots and lots of different artists that I like. But yeah, probably mainly the 80s and 90s. Can we just go back to the 80s?
Like the idea of going to a live gig? Would that interest you? Would any of you be interested in going to a live gig? If someone said you want to go to a live gig, people don't really do that anymore. I haven't done it for ages, but it used to be a thing when we were young, a session on a Sunday session. They used to be really big, or at least in Perth,
Yeah, we've got some local ones coming up. Swamp Stock.
Yeah.
Swamp Stock. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Sort of sounds a bit like Waterboy, I suppose. Waterboy movie, Swamp Stock. But
Yeah.
Now, last question for me. I'll start with Danny. Where do you see the hope in the future?
Why did you have to start with me with that one? I think in communities like Hoodies Heroes, those communities across Australia coming together, just having each other's back and building community together, building each other up, and being each other's strength, having each other's back. I think just having that community, we really need that more than ever. Like having you in Lincoln, that was so good, just to bring a bit more passion to the group, and
that's really sweet.
Have a get together where we all felt excited for, to see you guys. That was really good for the group.
No, that's really sweet. Thanks.
Suggestions from you, like getting together and having some fun get-togethers, which Troy organised once before, like the archery club and the rifle club and things like that. I mean, in a country town, unless
if Albanese's watching, he's going, right wingers.
Yeah.
So, do you know, we said about having fun? We went to another gathering organised by Jill. Was it Jill? Oh, Jill brought us there. I think it was organised by another
Jill
guy.
And Phil.
And we were having a laugh. We were having fun. And she said after we left, one of the people running the place came up and said, "Who are you guys?" Like they were really interested.
Oh, at the marina?
At the marina, yes. But they were really interested to know who are we, what we about, because they couldn't figure it out. But we were having so much fun. I think everyone's so miserable and quiet. So I actually think that proved the point that if you guys get out there and start having more fun, I think it will bring people in.
I liked your suggestion of having a conspiracy theory quiz night.
That's right. Okay, what is Dr. Fauci's first name? Okay, you got a second. Nobody Google it. Come on, stick it. What is Dr. Fauci's first name?
Scumbag.
Yeah. Oh dear.
I think that's a pay. I'd win that. I'd pay that one anyway. But that's really fun. It really brings it in. You know what I mean? There's you can see where it comes in. All the different because you're taking fun. You're mocking it. like all the different variants, you know, that they've had. And remember when they had monkeypox and we just piss farting around with it? This is actually really, really fun. I think and that attracts people. So I think it is something to do. Have you seen any from MGG previously? Yeah. So, Troy, actually, I'll do Troy last. Okay, there's this. B, where do you see the hope in the future?
Is that for single
Oh,
people?
Anthony, of course. Anthony. Who am I thinking? Anthony is such a sorry. Anthony Scumbag Fauci. And so, B, where do you see the hope in the future?
Is that specifically for single people, or is that for just anyone in general?
For all of us, or even where do you see it? You know, what makes you think it's worth holding on? I mean, of course, there's your child. I don't know if it's a boy or girl. Of course, there's your child, but where do you see any sort of light in the future for us to aim for?
I think, like Danielle said, just having our groups and getting, like you said, getting out there and having fun. Like we've sort of always got together and sort of talked about what's happened, but maybe this is an opportunity to get out there and, like you said, going out and about, and then people going, hey, what have they got that we haven't, sort of thing. And then you can say, well, we just you know, do you want to come along? Like, it doesn't have, if they've been jabbed or whatever, it doesn't matter. I think just having a heart and a soul, and I think having a soul is an important thing, because there's a lot of people that really
Seem
don't.
soulless.
Yeah.
So it's having love. I think, like, it's a very important thing. And yeah, I think believing as well. Like, yeah, it helps. Like having faith.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely. This is a great question from Jan. Jan, this could be in the quiz night. How many days left for the cafe locked out ban? And Lisa knows the answer, because we got a 3,649 day restriction.
Oh wow!
It's just a smidgen under 10 years.
Just for posting.
Here it is.
unedited
We have
interviews.
3,038 days left.
Who gives a shit?
That's a question for the quiz show, though. You know.
Okay.
Lisa, I don't know how you keep her tabs on that, babe, but you're
Lisa.
amazing. Yeah. And Troy, yourself, you're a leader, so sadly you have an obligation. We have to sell hope. And I think the most profound thing anyone said to me the whole way was a young woman said it to me early on in the marches in Melbourne, when I was actually doing a lot of speeches. And she said, Michael, you've got a moral obligation not to sell hopelessness, no matter how tight it's gripped, which is what I base Cafe Lockdown on. But it's hard, because you don't want to sell bullshit. You don't want to sell rose-colored crap. You know, you want to sell real hope. Where do you see that, Troy?
I've been loving hearing those stories of, like, you know, Pam and Joe and those, you know, older type of, don't let them hear that I said that, but older type of people even a few years ago, the RSL used to do that sort of stuff, you know, and that fell off through COVID and all that, where, you know, they encouraged people to come along to dinners, and like every month they'd have a dinner and BYO salad and sweet sort of thing, you know, and be a big barbecue and that. But a lot of that stuff sort of fell off through COVID. I think so I would absolutely love, I'd love to see a bit of a return of that, going to dance halls and all that sort of thing. And
man.
Really people that are in the community coming together. And
You could be the DJ.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I was about to say.
Seriously.
DJ, demon, drinks.
I don't think nightclubs really do it, you know what I mean?
No.
Like, because you can't even really talk. You know, music's too loud, you know, all that sort of stuff. But anyway, I might be showing my age a little bit.
I agree, Troy.
You called it. But anyway, but I mean, I'd love to see a return to that sort of thing and more of the
Yeah.
community side of it, and help it. The people helping support each other a bit more and all that. The actual community events that are community events instead of corporate events that just bring money to towns. You know what I mean? So that's where I sort of would love to see Australia get back to actual Australian values that we sort of had back in the 90s and even 80s and all that sort of thing, you know what I mean, before the sellout became too much.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think that's a great idea. I mean, you're talking, like Steve says, good music, dancing, laughing. And to be honest, music that's good, but you can still hear each other. There's nothing worse than going to the pub. The music's so loud you can't hear each other talk. I didn't come here to listen to cover songs. I came here to talk, and that's background. So it's even there, you're up and dancing, but discussing, getting people talking is the best way. Get them laughing, get them this, and yeah. It'd be fun to get together as a community and let's put some fun in it. How can we make this fun? Even like, the old, I know this sounds sort of old fashioned, but what the girls were telling me is they do the barn dance. They're always doing the barn dance, but you'd end up with a different partner, every time they were stopping. Yeah, remember that? I got taught it in school. That's how old I am. And I always ended up with Gabriella Treventi. That's
Hey, Gabriella.
Okay, Gabriella, if you're out there, we all ended up together, and yeah. But that's as far as went. We never did anything other than that. There's probably because we were 10. But anyway, but it's just moving forward. This was a way of community, of coming together, of having fun, and being human beings. Because what I really believe is that the gods gave us one thing to get us through everything, and that's each other. And that's what they're doing by separating us, by keeping us alone. We don't think it's actually truly unhealthy for our souls. We like hanging out. We like taking the piss. We like having fun. Boys, guys like making girls laugh. We love it. We really, it's really fun. And girls like guys making them laugh and then going, stop it, you're so naughty, but they like it. You know what I mean? It's fun and missing that old sexual banter between men and women, which when I was young was everywhere. That you go to workplace, it was just there, and they weren't, bonking behind. Well, maybe they were, I don't know, but they were just the banter was there. It was fun. It was okay. It was okay to be human. It was okay to be imperfect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was okay to have an opinion.
It's companionship.
Yeah.
And community and having someone on side and someone who you can rely on and a friend.
Yeah.
A friend if you're lucky.
Yeah. What would be really interesting too is say drop bear here. We need to start a list of people in this community that are like us, so we're connected. We travel to these areas.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be interesting if our community had sort of some sort of list or book or so? You say you were coming in to Port Lincoln. You could say, because people often say, we're our tribe, but there was some way to know, going here, and people could look up and call around, say, look, I'm in town for a few days or a week. Has our community got any events can I be a part of, from the stand in the park to a Hoodie's heroes meeting or anything like that, or a dance or whatever? Be really fun. Really, really fun, Yeah. Okay, is there anything else, my darling, you would like to say tonight? Happy Valentine's Day, you.
Oh, happy Valentine's Day, Mr. Griffith. We'll sort that out later. Guys, thank you for coming on and bearing your souls and reaching out to the universe and telling us all about yourselves, who you are, where you're coming from, what you want, and what you're willing to accept and what you're not. I don't know if we've gone that deep, but this is planting the seed. And I really admire you all for coming on, because it takes a lot of bravery. A lot of people sit back, and this can be entertainment. That's no disrespect to those people, but you guys are salt of the earth. So I really do admire you. Thank you for coming on and putting yourselves out there and being so fucking raw and beautiful. I love you for it.
Thank you. We love you too. Yeah, you're a gem.
And it's inspiring, like
Yeah.
seeing how happy you guys are.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
I saw
Oh,
that.
mate, you don't know half of it. I can tell you.
It's like, yeah.
Well, we saw the
If
graph.
only that wasn't
We're
true.
very human.
If only that wasn't true. There's
Bra dangling down at the start of the interview.
you mean this one?
Loving your sisters ain't easy.
Can I just say in leaving, just if you'd like to have a few words, is there anything you want to say before leaving, even out to the universe? I'll leave it up to any of you, and then I'll go from there.
I believe there's someone out there for me, and we're being brought together on the chessboard of life, one move at a time, and learning emotional intelligence along the way, and empathy, and just being able to express ourselves in healthy ways. And by this age, we've definitely got some much better tools than we had in our 20s. So I really do think there's someone out there for me, and I'm not in any rush. But yeah, maybe one day.
They're just a bit rusty.
Just to be rusty.
Talking from experience.
I'm not going to say
the joints make a bit more noise than they used to, but they're still pretty good.
Yes, they do.
Well, kind of like how I see people. Well, you're too young, B, but there's how I see once you hit 50s, it sort of hits you.
You look too young.
No, honestly, once you hit over 50, you suddenly realize, hey, I'm like a second-hand car that I couldn't sell. This is it. And so you suddenly realize I got to do a bit of maintenance here. You know what I mean? And I got that sound there. Don't worry about that sound. That's okay. That's always been there. But suddenly you're suddenly realizing this is it. But at the same time, you're the only one who knows how to drive it.
Yeah.
I know it sounds bizarre, but that's it. So, you kind of like yourself.
You need a co-pilot.
And if you can get to liking yourself in your 50s, that's a really great place to be. You know what I mean? And you're really ready then for a relationship because, well, look, I kind of like me. I've survived all this crap. Look at Troy. He's been a Chinese chef. He's been a DJ in Germany. I mean, this is amazing shit, Troy. You've done this and this and this. And now here you are, and here you still are. You're still plugging away at community stuff and working and, trying to build a life. This is, and basically what you're saying is, hey, anyone join me on the journey? Yeah. I'll be a shelter in the storm for you. Yeah. You be a shelter in the storm for me. And maybe we could just make our lives a little bit easier to bear and have some fun as we head into the 60s, which I'm about to hit in about
You're good
3
people,
weeks.
Man. You're good people. And if we can pull it off, anyone can pull it off.
Yeah. That's the truth. Cool. Roy, you want anything to say before we go?
Thanks for having us tonight. It's been really awesome.
I know, I meant to the universe, to whoever's watching. Say they're watching now. Say the girl is watching now. She's sitting there at home going, I've always liked CG Top.
I've always.
That's what she's thinking. So what would you say to her, Troy?
Give me all your loving, all your hugs and kisses too.
They're sold, Troy.
That is so much fun, man. B, take us out.
With a rifle or a pistol?
Thank you. Say the guy's out there. The guy's out there.
You take the cake, B.
He's a bit bruised. He's a bit battered. He's thinking, can I have the thing to love again? Are you offering him a cake?
Yeah. Yes. No, thank you so much for coming to Port Lincoln. You guys have been a pleasure. We've loved having you guys. And
Nice joy. Yeah, it was really good.
It's been a real treat.
Yeah, it's really special. And we just got to say from us, we were doing this once a week, but we have trouble getting guests. They get on, they pull out, they get on, they pull out. So I think what we're going to do now is Loved Up will happen, but once we get 3 guests. So if you want to apply, we'll get 3 guests. Once we got 3 guests securely booked in, then we'll just do the show whenever. So instead of a set day, it's the guests. But all we're trying to do now is if any of these 3 were on an app where you just had to look at them, you're not going to learn this stuff about them.
Yeah.
It might say it in the bio, but you're not going to hear it with their tone of voice. You're not going to get to meet them. And so
Feel
what we're
or
doing up for
sense it.
coming up for now for this is you can have a gauge of who they are, and then wonder to yourself, you know what? Yeah, I might reach out. I really like them. They made me laugh, or
They're
maybe someone's on the
gutsy.
paleo diet and they're thinking, "Oh my God, I'd love to be on the paleo diet."
I'm
Yeah,
a
both
pet
of us.
lover,
Pet lover.
and I love Black Forest cake.
I love Chinese food and DJing, dancing to DJ music. Who knows?
campfire and shooting people that
Campfire.
are running away.
I'm a fast runner. I can run. You know, give us something to give her a challenge.
Quick run.
Yeah.
Stay quiet because she's not as accurate with a pistol.
None of us are, mate. None of us are. There's okay. We've got to have a goodbye road because I'm on a new computer and we're just learning how to use it. We don't have the music on, so we'll go out with goodbye road.
Notes, we've put how to contact us to pass on anyone's details who'd like to get in touch with our guests.
Yeah.
Tonight. So thank you guys from the bottom of our hearts for coming on tonight. We really admire your bravery, putting yourselves out there. It's huge.
Yeah.
And I understand what goes into that. So thank you.
Now, the last thing too, this song is called Goodbye Road. And what it was saying, all of us, if we didn't partake in a certain thing, we're kicked out of society. And I called that Goodbye Road, just to give it a term. And that's what the novel was called. But what we became was orphans of Goodbye Road. And the song talks about two people who find each other, two orphans kicked out of society who find each other and start building a new house. And this is what we're looking for. Basically, it's not that it's so much jabbed or unjabbed or whatever. It's if you were kicked out of society because you didn't want to comply to bullshit, you ended up on Goodbye Road. And now out here, there's lots of people and there's lots of love to be found and really deep, nurturing relationships. And that's what I've found. There's Bill Lober on here. You know, he's like a brother to us, to both of us. You know, there's others here.
Bro.
Yeah, there's others here. There's Jan Murphy. There's
Ali,
Leander. You know, just nonstop. Ali Prow. You know, we could go on for
tons
ages.
of people.
Yeah.
And if you can't find it here, guys, we'll come on the road, and that's where you'll find a new sense of freedom.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even if you don't want to move, just do it for like 3 months.
Yeah, Carrie. Here's Carrie. Carrie's a great catch. You should come on, Carrie. He's a great guy.
Do it.
Do it.
Carrie Cowan.
Anyway, that's it. We're going to let you go, everybody. We're back in the morning with a writer, with John Stapleton and one of his writers, Robin or something like that. There's but I talked to her before. She's actually not very well, but she's written these beautiful books. And then in the evening, tomorrow evening, we've got the tradies for babies, young men who are sick of basically late term abortion, and they're standing up and calling it out. These are really brave. I think it's one young man's coming on, maybe two. Really brave young men. They're making a big splash on Instagram. I reached out to them and they're coming on tomorrow night. So we've got some really good shows tomorrow night, and Oost will be joining us too. And for those of you who don't know about Oost, Dr. Oosterhouse had a great talent for reviving blue babies. He'd be there if the baby was born blue. He's got these beautiful big hands. He'd have it in the hand. He knew a special technique for getting just enough air into the body with this little sort of oxygen thing. And he knew how to massage their lungs together. And this is what he used to do. Every time they'd cry, he'd look down. He'd be the first face in the world that they'd see. They'd see his big, beautiful face looking down at them. And he'd say, "They all say that." Isn't that beautiful? When they cried. But that meant they were coming back to life. And imagine behind him, the whole room deathly silent, wanting to know if this baby's going to live or die. And our doctor brought them back to life. So he'll be on tomorrow night too. He doesn't like me saying that story because he gets a bit shy. He's a beautiful man. So see you tomorrow night. We've got some beautiful people in our community.
Thank you, Port Lincoln.
Yeah.
We've loved.
Yeah, thank you, Port Lincoln. Thank you, Jill, Bill.
Yes.
Thank you to everyone who did interviews. Thank you to the Caravan Park and Bridget there. Thanks to everyone. You made us still wonderful. It was great, really fantastic. It's and I
And we're
recommend
on the
Port
lookout
Lincoln.
for you guys, like out there on our travels. If we find anyone that might suit Danny or Troy or B, we'll go, oh, I know someone who likes cake.
And we'll be Streaky Bay and Sejuna the next couple of days, and then we're having a little break in Penang, and then we're going across.
Yeah.
So, and the bus, thanks to Neil, had a look over the bus. The bus is in great condition, and Martin, yep. So, but the bus, there was another guy, Dave, but Streaky Bay, keep an eye out for us if you want to meet us. We'll be in Streaky Bay. And is there a town between here and Streaky Bay?
I have no idea. You guys can answer.
Neither do I. We actually don't know where we are. Really, we sort of vaguely here, and then Sejuna, and so see you guys. Stay frosty, stay human, and remember, it was epic. The anniversary of Epic just happened, and I'm telling you this. Well, next year, I think 5 year, we should have a really big celebration. But what I really believe is some people thought we went there to basically storm the parliament. I don't believe we did. I was there. I think we just came together, and we were called there by something spiritual called us there. And when we were there, we glowed. We just glowed. Everyone was there, knew we glowed. And if you saw us online, you could see, everyone could see we were just glowing, and that was humanity glowing. And I think in these dark, crazy times, basically one of our duties is to replant that radiance all over the country. Just replant the radiance, and you do that by being a human, enjoying being a human being, and bit by bit by bit, the other people will start to join us. Because if it wasn't for money, the government has nothing to offer them at all. Good night.
Good night.
Goodbye,
Thanks,
Road.
beautiful people.
See ya.
Martin was a nurse with dark clouds in her face that would weep for no reason down Goodbye Road. Drove up from Melbourne, her life in one case, and sat in my office, said, I'm looking for a home. Don't you have someone, somewhere to go? Where are you from, John? I really want to know. Is it like that billboard near the end of their line? Because keep rolling, honey.
Just look at this. This is where we are. This is just the sunset going down. This country is your country, and it's beautiful. Fuck Bali. Hit the road. See your country before it's gone.
Sometimes you have to head out on your own, because you can die of hunger trying to suck love from a stone. Sometimes you have to go build your dream home from the orphan's haunting. Goodbye Road. Love on one hand, freedom on the other. Gino said no to the jabs and lost his job and his brothers. He found Martin in a stand in the park, where after buying her a coffee, he asked as she stirred, don't you have someone, somewhere to go? Here is somewhere, you're cute, don't you know? Close your eyes, Gino, and you will see orphans can build homes on Goodbye Road. Gino stayed night after night. Then Martine whispered, let's build a light. For my soul is hungry and my heart is on fire, because it knows my love, because it now knows. Sometimes we have to head out on our own, because you can die of hunger trying to suck love from a stone. Sometimes we have to go build our dream homes with the orphans' home.